Hi, this is Dealing Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what we're going to be doing is a January week 1 check-in, cash stuffing for some incremental income. I'm talking a little bit about the process that I do before I sit down to film. And even if I wasn't filming, I'd still go through the process. It's the way I kind of recap the week and get ready for the new week in my budget. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk a little bit about this spreadsheet. So when I originally set up my 2025 budget, I had taken a lot of the expenses that I know I have coming up, divided it by how many months I had to save for it, and then I created a here's my fixed expenses, my cash envelopes, and then some of the ones that I do, like my long-term savings that I do for like auto insurance, homeowner insurance, like that. But I also created a list of sinking funds that I would like to contribute to, or that I really need to because something's coming up that I needed to start saving for. But I really did not have the money in my budget to do a lot of these. So I kind of just ignored them for right now. But when I had incremental income, and this income is coming from a rebate check we got from our insurance company. My husband had given his truck to our son-in-law because he needed it for work. So they started insuring it. So we got a rebate of like $550. And so I took that money, and instead of putting it into the long-term savings account for insurance, which I was already funding and I was already had plenty of money in, I went ahead and put it in as incremental income, and then started to look at what could I fund with that $500 that I wasn't able to fund at the beginning of my budget. Same way I'm going to handle my paychecks for this month. So I am currently scheduled for 5 days this month. I know I committed to 4, and then she asked me about another day last night. So I'm going to be working 5 days this month. So I definitely will have the net of $600, which is what I was aiming for. So we're going to talk about that when we get to the cash stuffing. But I did go through and kind of cross through some things that I ended up not doing this month, and I will go in and kind of redo it on the spreadsheet. I also had upped all my categories for like a 5-week month. But I only funded $600 for groceries, $300 for eating out. So those are kind of things I would like to fund if we are at the end of the month and we are out of money. But, you know, so far we've been pretty good about staying on budget. So we'll talk about that. So the first thing I do when I sit down to work on my budget is to take any receipts and scan them into Fetch. Now, I know every single budgeter out there talks about Fetch. And the only reason why, let's see if I can drop my phone one more time. I am a fan of this program is I have my tripod on my phone, which is very heavy. So I'm going to take that off right now. So this is what it does. It goes into here. And for this one, this is a Taco Bell receipt. It was 25 points. But when you look up here, and I don't shop based on this, but if Safeway right now is having a 2,000 point promotion, I will maybe go, if I'm going to pick up something, I'll go to Safeway. It could be $4 in donuts for my mom, but I'll get 2,500 points because they're having a promotion. So that's kind of how I look at Fetch, is like, I'm not going to shop someplace I wouldn't normally shop or buy something I wouldn't normally buy. But if there is a promotion, then I may use that instead. So like this one was any Safeway receipt for 200 points. This was any Safeway receipt for 1,500. General Mills products for 13,000. I don't really use any of those, so that's not going to be something that I'm going to necessarily need. But you can use the program that way, and if it's something you're already going to buy, you might as well go ahead and scan your point. The other thing is I do a lot of online shopping, so my email addresses and like Walmart, Amazon, all those are connected. And then you just hit this button and go to the e-receipts, and then it will go back through the last 30 days and look at those. So it takes a little bit, but it'll give you points for those receipts too. So if you don't remember to do that, they go away. So paper receipts are 14 days you have to scan them in, and then other receipts, like online receipts, are a little bit longer. Sometimes you don't get a receipt until the item ships, so they kind of give you a little bit more grace that way. So currently in Fetch, I liked it better when they did like, oh, it's going to be, I have 62,227 points. So at 50,000, you can do a $50 gift card. When I did my granddaughter's nursery at my house, I did the entire, everything that I bought for the nursery. So I already had the crib, but the mattress, the changing table, everything I bought with a combination of Fetch points because I had that many gift cards had accumulated, as well as a gift card I got as a gift. So there was no out-of-pocket money that I did that entire nursery for. I reused a lot of things I had. So that's kind of how I look at Fetch. It's just an extra, I'm already spending the money anyways. I might as well take one more step and go ahead and scan it into the program. So that is Fetch. And then what I do, just so that I know that I did this, I just put a check mark right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at transactions for the week. I also want to just take one moment and talk a little bit about what's going on in California. And if you're in California, I am so sorry for what is happening there. I have always tithed and gived off the top. So before I talk about what my income is or anything, I used to just go ahead and pull giving and tithing out as cash, and then with COVID they no longer accepted cash when I went to church, things like that, so I just did it off the top and took care of that first. It's not something I really talk about on my channel because it's more of a personal, I like having money when something personally I want to contribute to, where I feel like there's a need there, and definitely California and the people that are being impacted by the fires is one of them. So the way I look at it is that's my way that I can contribute and help without trying to figure out where I'm going to do that in my budget. I just take it right off the top, put it away, and then when I'm called to do it, I can do it. So I did take some time also to go through this, and we'll talk about the notes over here of how I handle that. So this is everything that you saw on my spreadsheets. I have done all my transfers to Capital One. They've already come out of my credit union, so those are done. I did have my final electricity bill come in. It was $182. I had planned for $260 because that's my average. My last year was $155. So you can tell there's 4 people living in the house right now versus the 2 of last year, which is $78 that I will be able to contribute to my electricity, kind of what I call my extra fund to offset the summer months. And then my Southwest gas bill last year was $88. This year was $62. It has not been that cold of a January so far. So actually it was December. That was not that cold. And so that's $26. So the 104 that was extra that I had budgeted for will go into my electricity. So the question that I was asked was, do I have kind of a sinking fund for Southwest gas like I do for electricity? I normally do not, because there isn't that big of a swing in the difference of what I budget and what it actually comes out to, not like electricity is. And then everything else has pretty much come in as expected. Okay, so that takes us to our weekly check-in. So I've gone ahead and written down the categories and what the budget was, and then I did kind of put like 300 is what I added to personal care, but I had 339 because I had rolled over money. So this always confuses me when I get to this point if I don't write down what I started with. And then some of these categories I used cash in, so they're not going to be a transaction on my credit card, so that also would confuse me if I had not updated the tracker. So just to kind of note that. And then I have written all my transactions down, which have not been that bad. Now, there are a few things on here that I'm really actually not going to pull from. I have been returning some things that I had bought for Christmas that I ended up not using, and they opened up the window to January 31st, and I'm talking about Amazon mainly. So I went ahead and returned those as a credit into my account, and then of course I used them for things that I wanted to buy that I really didn't have money for. So I did a pre-order for Carrie Bradford for some stamps that she was selling that she sold out of so fast, and that was $48. So that came out of my return. And then I did a order at Emma Stationery Planning for some stamps and some pet tape. And I have like a rewards program through her, so I use part of those and then part cash, or part on my card. So that also is coming out of my credit that I have on my account. So those two are here because they were on my credit card, but I just want you to know why I'm not pulling those out of those envelopes. And then I've got a few other, I have a little AliExpress order and a Temu order, but some of those things I'm just using for my granddaughter. So, and those are also coming out of the other credit that I have on my account. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one, Joann's, was kind of a combination. So I did buy paper. So $54 went to my Etsy account. So that will be a credit from my Etsy savings account. And then I found a Christmas tree. I needed to buy one to replace the one I had like 2 years ago. I never bought one this year. So I found a $300 tree, no, a $400 tree for $80, and then they allowed me to use another $15 coupon. So I got it for $65 plus tax. So yes, I'm gonna have to store it for a year, but I couldn't never buy a 7.5 foot pre-lit tree for $65 when you get into October, November, December. So that one is there. And then, so that's coming out of household. And I still have not made a decision on the blackout curtain that I need. Etsy is a sinking fund, so I'm just going to put 54 there. I did also, on my Instagram account, I was having all kinds of challenges with a double, what do they call it? Double authorization. So I went ahead and did the Instagram business account. It's $16 a month. I may cancel it, I don't know. But what it will allow me to do is do destashes on Instagram, because I'm currently doing them on Mercari. Mercari just changed on the 6th to fees for the seller. So they used to have seller fees, and then they took away all the seller fees, and all the fees went to the buyers, which made it really expensive for the buyers. And then January 6th, they went back to the old program, which was fees for the seller, less fees for the buyer. But what they encourage you to do is just raise all your prices to offset those fees. So I don't know that you're getting that great of a deal anymore. I know you can always make an offer, but it's kind of been my go-to destash, and it's been a nice incremental income for me. But I think at this point, I'm going to try destashing more on Instagram. And I spent another $11 at Joann's on paper. That's also coming out of Etsy. Okay, so I think that's it for that one. And then I'm just going to kind of cross through these two, because you know that I'm not taking those out of that folder. And then for groceries, I actually spent the grocery money like before the month even started. Well, as the month was starting. So I had Walmart for $10. And Walmart for $74. Here's my calculator. There we go. Okay, should not have to use my calculator for 10 and 74. So 84 for groceries. And we have not done a Costco run. I think that's probably going to be today. So you'll see that number go up next week. Okay, and I still wrote 87. So 84 for groceries. And then for eating out, which we've really tried to pull back on, I know it doesn't look like that. So this one, actually, this 57 really should be out of my last month's budget. So I think I had $110 that I put in my wallet that was leftover money to kind of get me through that week. So this was New Year's Eve. But I didn't take that money and put it in my back to bank, so I'm not going to count it, because obviously I didn't do what I was supposed to do with that. So 18 plus 18. So this one, the total was 61, but my daughter Venmo'd me 30 for their part, so I'm only going to take 31 out of my budget because I have that other 30. And then 57 because I did not put the money back, so I can't really say that I gave that money for that. So that's 124. Spending, I just used the 20 that I put in my wallet. And then entertainment was cash. That was 40. My mom, I spent $8. That was cash. Did not need to pick up that. In household, it was $70 for the Christmas tree. Gas, I did get gas, but that money was from the last month. So I'm just going to cross through that one. Miscellaneous I have not used, and personal care I have not used. So not that expensive of a month. I had 2 bills come through. My HBO Plus and Microsoft. And that is my Excel program, the 365. So not that bad. Let's go ahead and figure this one out. So in groceries, I need to take out 84. So 50, 70, 90. And I need to pay myself back 6. No, I want to take it from that. That's my cash stuffing money. So I'm going to take it from my rollover money. So I want to make sure I have the right denominations for my cash stuffing. So I'm going to put this behind the 100 because that's in my back to bank now. So I had 600 minus 84. I should have 516. So 100, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 470, 490, 510, 515, 516. I cannot get rid of this cuff. So 516 is right. And then in eating out, let me go ahead and take that over. And eating out, and you take out 124. 20. So again, 6 goes back. So 130 goes in, and I should have, I have 300 minus 1. 300 minus 124 is 176. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 76. Okay, that one's right. Spending, I have $7 in my wallet right now, so I'm going to take another 20 out. I need to update that. Household, I need to take the 70 out. So I now have 101. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and catch this up really quick. What did I say? 176? Yeah. 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 76. Yes, 176. Oh, 176. And I took that original 20 out. And I took another 20 out. So I should have 160 in spending. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, 160 in spending. And then in household, I have 101 left. Okay, And then in entertainment, I've already taken out the 40. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 137. Okay, now, we did go to a play, which was hysterically funny, by the way. But the 113 that I paid my sister back was Venmo, because I had $400 and some in Venmo from Christmas, where people had paid me back and things like that. So I just took it out of there. If by any chance I have anything left, I could pay myself back for that 113 or just let it go this way. So I think probably gonna just use that as it was money left over from Christmas that I was just paying myself back for. Gas I didn't use, personal care I did not use. Okay, so for my mom, she should have 42. 176, 160. Entertainment was 137. My mom, 42. Now I am going to see her today, so I will pick up donuts for her. 10, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 10 out and put that in my little one, and that way I'm just trying to pay cash for that so that I'm not paying myself back $4, $5, things like that. So you'll see that money over here, because whatever's left I'll put back in here. Medicine and supplements is still intact. Household was 101. Gas I have not used. Miscellaneous I have not used. And personal care I have not used. So 339. Okay, so overall, pretty good. Now, one thing I do want to do before is to take the 104 that I'm going to add to groceries. No, groceries, hello. Electricity out of this back to bank money. So 51. So 50, 104. Okay, so the 104 is from the difference of electricity and Southwest gas, so 26 plus 78 is 104. And that one goes to my electricity sinking fund. I currently have $35 in there. Okay, so now we have 50, 100, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So 139. It's amazing how just putting a little bit away every single month really just helps to offset those really high months. And then I think that's it. I have like nothing left in rollover, so we'll put that back at the end. Okay, so now the good part, which is what I'm going to be using for the cash stuffing part of this one. If you saw my other video, you know that I forgot to put my anniversary onto my budget sheet to pull cash for. So I went ahead and took out $100 to fund my anniversary, which is next month. and I did that as a $100 bill. I'm in the middle of kind of redoing all these envelopes and just kind of freshening them up. And then I decided to go ahead and start funding some of these that I didn't have money for. So my anniversary was cash. Easter 25. Halloween gets 5. Thanksgiving is getting 15. And you know the drill. I will update all my trackers off camera. Christmas, the $300 I've already transferred, but here's my next tier when I start to get paid again. These are the things I want to fund next. So I wanted to do $400 for Christmas versus $300 because I spent every dime of what I had this year. But I think pulling $400 out just seemed like a lot, even though it really was just $900. So that's kind of how I'm going to handle those ones I wanted to give more to, but I just didn't have the money for it. So Christmas would be on my next one. Beauty, I'm going to put in 25. Now, I'm fortunate. I do get a... I do have use of our company catalog, which is half price off retail, that I can shop from. They also run promotions, and then because I still work, I do also get gratis. So a lot of like my makeup part of it is covered by, you know, gratis or catalog. It's not, you know, free. Not all of it's free, but you know, it's half price of what I would pay in retail. So this category is mainly about my hair care. So shampoo, conditioner, styling products, things like that, body care, stuff like that. Occasionally it's makeup as well. Clothes, I am not funding. Oh no, I am giving 52. I was thinking I wasn't gonna fund this because my husband gave me a gift card for Christmas, but I just got it last night. So I'm going to load that one onto my Nordstrom Rack app because that's really where I've been having really good luck finding things. But some of this will be for my daily look boxes coming this week. And then I am going to put a pause on that. So beauty and that. Glasses, I don't have an envelope for yet. So right now I'm just going to, I'm going to put it under Costco because that's where I got my glasses last year. I don't know if it's where I'm going to get them this year. So I'll put it in here for now, and then I'll probably just create a new envelope for that one. And then tax prep of $113, LegalZoom for $35, and Capital One annual fee. These are all transfers. And then my last cash is $75 for like vitamins and supplements. I am going to put that into my medicine folder right now because I don't have a separate one for supplements because I kind of look at it as all as one budget. And so I will update that tracker. I currently have the 100 in there that I put, and then I added another 75. And that is it. So just quick, this is how I broke the money out. And a question that came up is, how do I decide the denominations? If it is a long-term sinking fund, like birthdays, things like that, I take the highest denomination possible, like a 50 or 100, just because otherwise the envelope bulks up. If it's a envelope that I know I'm going to be using a lot, then I try to break it out more so I have more change. So like groceries, gas, things like that, I know I'm pretty much going to exhaust by the end of the month. So I try to break that up a little bit more. So that's how it's I handle that, but I know there's other ways that people are very specific about how they do their nominations. So this money is going into my back to bank. And then this money is my rollover money. So I, again, need to get more ones. Constant battle. So rollover, back to bank. I think that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not done so already, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.